Okay, imagine this for a second. You buy something for what? Maybe £4. Wear it for a bit and then sell it online for hundreds. Sounds pretty wild, right?
It really does. It almost sounds too strange to be true.
Exactly. So today on the deep dive, we're jumping into this fascinating, maybe slightly bizarre world of what people are calling footfluencers.
Right.
Basically, online creators turning worn items into surprisingly valuable goods. Our mission today is to kind of unpack the business model here and see what, if any, lessons we can actually pull from it.
And it's such a perfect example, isn't it, of how niche demand works and how value can just pop up in the most unexpected corners of the economy.
Okay, so let's get into the nuts and bolts. How does this actually work? It sounds almost unbelievable.
Well, the core concept is pretty straightforward, if unusual.
So you have TikTokers, right?
Right.
And they go out and buy really cheap stuff like socks from H&M or Tesco for a few quid, maybe cheap trainers.
Super low-cost items.
They wear them, maybe just briefly, maybe for a specific activity. And crucially, they document it. Videos, pictures,
That documentation is key.
Then they list these items on specific websites, sometimes places like Atchio.com, I think, or even just subreddits on Reddit.
Yeah, dedicated marketplaces or communities.
And here's the kicker. They sell them, not for a small profit, but for like £400, £500. It's literally turning pocket change into hundreds per item.
It's an extreme amplification of value, absolutely. And what's really fascinating underneath all this is why it works.
Right. What's the mechanism?
It's tapping into a very specific kind of demand. Think fetish communities, collectors.
Yeah.
It's all about authenticity for these buyers.
Authenticity. In what sense?
They want genuine wear. They want the story behind it. Detailed video showing the creases, the sweat marks, the signs. It's actually been used by a real person.
Okay. So it's not just the sock. It's the proof of life, almost.
Exactly. These micro-communities are willing to pay a real premium for that realness, that unique history attached to the item. It's like a certificate of, well, use.
That makes a strange kind of sense, the story, the provenance of wear, like collecting an artifact of daily life. Okay, so from a business angle, what makes this model actually tick? What are the takeaways here?
Well, it's more than just buy low, sell high. It really highlights how much perceived value can stretch. Intangibles like authenticity, the narrative, the trust within that community. They become way more important than the actual material cost.
So you get these insane markups, like 100x.
Easily. Because your starting costs are negligible. You've got built-in demand from these loyal niches. It's scalable, too. You can keep using your brand, your story, for new items.
And I guess the weirdness helps it go viral on places like TikTok.
Definitely. Quirky ideas grab attention, which just feeds more potential buyers into the system. It's a fascinating loop.
It does sound like a blueprint, albeit an unconventional one. So if someone wanted to apply these principles, maybe not selling socks, but, what are the actual steps? How do they relate to broader business ideas?
Right. The steps themselves are actually quite grounded in basic entrepreneurial practice. First, source cheap items.
Okay.
Then the wear with intention part, document everything. Good photos, short videos, honest descriptions of the wear. Be specific.
Honesty is key, even here.
Absolutely. List on the right platforms, the niche ones with strong visuals. Build a brand, a memorable username, a unique style. That matters.
And payments. Shipping must be tricky.
Crucial. Secure, anonymous payments. Discreet shipping, plain packaging, protecting privacy for both sides. And yeah, you can scale it. Customer requests, themed badges.
So connecting it back, these steps aren't that different from launching any niche online venture, are they? Clear value, targeted marketing, solid operations.
Exactly. The principles are universal, even if the product is unusual.
Okay, but we have to address the risks, right? The considerations. This isn't exactly selling handmade pottery.
No, absolutely not. It's vital to be clear. This operates in an adult, niche, often fetish-adjacent market. So ethical awareness is important.
And practically.
Privacy is paramount. Separate online identities, secure accounts. You need to be aware of shipping regulations, especially across borders.
Yeah.
Customs can be tricky with personal items.
Right.
And fundamentally, trust. Like any business, really. You built it through honesty, responsiveness. If you promise a certain level of wear or a specific story, you deliver.
So it really forces you to think about navigating sensitive markets carefully, but still using sound business practices. Transparency, security, customer service, even here.
Precisely. Raises that important question, doesn't it? How do you operate ethically and effectively in markets that might make some people uncomfortable?
Well, this has definitely been eye-opening, a deep dive into a truly unconventional market showing value in places you'd never expect.
Maybe the real lesson isn't just about socks or shoes. Maybe it's about understanding what authenticity truly means to a specific dedicated group. And maybe, just maybe, it's about realizing that value can hide in plain sight if you know where and how to look. Something to think about.